Kahaloyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutation to brothers out here pushing the words of truth and sincerity. This is a part 2 to a video. I didn't get to finish the precepts. It's called The End of the Prosperity of the Wicked, right? So this is the part 2 to that video. And I'm going to kick it off with Job 5 and 3. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. So just going into again, the end of the prosperity of the wicked. And scriptures like this help us see that, right? Where there is no vision, the people perish. So we need to be able to see the vision, right? It playing upon the tables. There's a vision. It was already prophesied. Daniel saw the vision, and the angel Gabriel was told by the Lord to interpret that vision to him in Daniel's 8. And part of the vision was that the Most High was sending his son to take the kingdom and possess it and rule eternally, and to take down every other kingdom that had been on earth and subjugate them. And so when Job is prophesying, saying, I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I curse his habitation. So at some point in time, the wicked began. It was prophesied that they would take root. That's part of the vision, right? Going back to Nebuchadnezzar's dream and Daniel's dream and Daniel's 2 and Daniel's 7. They all dreamed of different kingdoms rising, and the next kingdom taking them down, and the next kingdom taking them down, from the Syrian Empire all the way to the NATO and the EU, the 10 toes. So to take root, as you can see, it's pretty simple, right? To strike into the soil, to take root, it's basically of a nation, of a kingdom, of a people, all right? To take root. This is the opposite of uproot. Here it goes. To establish oneself firmly, right? Doesn't on the back of the dollar bill, it says, Anuit Coeptus, the enterprise is crowned with success. So Esau Edom's main goal is to set up an organized system or a set of rules on a firm, permanent basis. Okay, that's what it's really about, establishing their kingdom firmly, right? So that's what it means, taking root. But suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety. They are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to deliver them. All right. So ultimately, the foolish that have taken root will be uprooted. And how is Esau a fool? And you're going to very quickly Proverbs. Is it Proverbs 14? Let's check it out. Psalms 14. How is Esau, the one in control of the earth, foolish? Psalms 14 and 1. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. So haven't these people said that there is no God before? When you look into Esau and his science trumps religion, and there's no such thing as God. That atheism talk mainly comes from Esau. Even though people would be like agnostic at the most, they were like, they're undecided at the worst, at best. But Esau at best is just an atheist. It says there is none that doeth good. So there it goes. All right. This is Job 24. I'm going to skip down to verse 22. It says, he draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while. This is talking about kingdoms. They are exalted. And what does it mean to be exalted? Right? It's all about that rise and that fall, baby. To be exalted. To rise, as you can see here, literally or figuratively. So in the case of Esau, he rose literally. All right, he was exalted to the throne. Okay, he was exalted. He was mounted up, lifted up, and now he's lifted up with pride. It says They were exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. So the Lord has sees it fit that He gave them safety at one point. He rose them up, He lifted them up, but now He sees it fit to take them low, bring them low, take them out of the way, and cut them off. All right, you see it here. Thus saith the Bible. So it's nothing for the Most High to do that to a nation. This is the book of Job. Nope, it's lucky. This is Psalms 36, and I'm jumping down to verse 12. It says, there are the workers of iniquity fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise. So the workers of iniquity. All right. What is iniquity? Sin upon sin. All right. And who has done iniquity? Not just the nation of Israel, but Esau. Right. Iniquity, wickedness. Okay. Esau is the main people pushing LGBT. Right. Pushing that movement onto children who hasn't formulated even a thought yet. They're the ones pushing idolatry. All right. When you turned on the Grammys, you saw somebody in devil horns, Sam Smith, I think his name is, and CBS tweeted, "Are you ready to worship?" Meaning worship the devil. He had horns on his head. That's what Esau pushes, that wickedness and that idolatry and iniquity. So the scripture, and evil, he's all around evil. So there are workers of iniquity. There are the workers of iniquity fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise. Because that's the main thing. They said, well, when you take us down, we're just going to take you down again. That's not so. In this case, you won't be able to rise. All right? We know what rise means. But I'm getting anyway. To rise, to stand up, to become powerful. Okay? You will no more become powerful. That's it for you. Once the Most High pushes you out, you will never be able to establish yourself anymore. That's it. That's Isaiah the 14th chapter. So the Most High going to put you out. And it's so often that it's phrased in the scriptures just like this. All right, this is Psalms 37 and 34. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt. And so the way we wait in the Lord is we meditate day and night on the scriptures. All right, we abstain from evil and sin as to the best of our abilities. We are keepers of ourselves. All right, we use the name of the Lord and his Son through the Holy Spirit, Yahweh Shemiel Shawah or Kakwadash, to pray and ask for the things that we need, which are spiritual things, things that give us integrity, like more integrity, more faith. All right, and we teach. We teach with all long suffering and doctrine, and we stay in the sound doctrine. We don't veer off from left to right. All right, we stay in the sound doctrine, in the realm of the protection of the Heavenly Father that he's given to us, right? Where Yahweh Shah is written, no man knoweth the Father but the Son, no man knoweth the Son but the Father, and those who the Son has revealed them to. So we have this saving knowledge of the knowledge of Yahweh Shemiel Shah, and it's taught for us to grow in grace. So we constantly continue to increase in our knowledge, increase in charity, increase in patience, and increase in faith. So that's how we wait on the Lord. It's pretty much an action, keeping ourselves clean for that day of to be chaste virgins for the bridegroom Yahweh Shah when he return. And keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, spreading himself like a green bay tree. All right, let's see how that's spreading. What's it say here for spreading? All right. Spreading himself. Okay. Well, it just means to spread. Yeah, it just means to spread out. thought it was going to give us a little more. Let's go back. Oh, wait a minute. There's more. Hold on. Spreading himself. So it says pouring himself. All right. Usually pouring himself, spreading himself out like a tree. So that's just how much air goes. Similar to lifting himself up. All right. So it's like lifting himself up. Okay. There it is, lifting himself up. So spreading himself. All right. In great power, of course. The Most High Yahweh gave him power. Just like he gave the Assyrians power, he gave the Egyptians power, he gave the Babylonians power, Persians, Medes, Grecians, Romans, modern day Romans, no different. And spreading himself like a green bay tree, lifting himself up. He passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Why? Because the Most High is going to do it away utterly with this beast man, Esau, Edom. After 1,000 years of captivity, is written in the book of Obadiah, around the 17th, 18th verse, that he shall be done away with. All right, he shall be burned up and consumed. The nation. All right, so mark the perfect man, who we have our apostles and elders as symbols of perfect men. All right, perfect in spirit, perfect in heart, perfect in mind, perfect in works and deeds, perfect in faith. And behold the upright, perfect in doctrine. Because nobody's perfect, right? But a perfect man is actually upholding doctrine. All right, it's keeping, the scriptures talk about keeping the unity of peace. Perfect, meaning complete. Sound, wholesome, all right? Going into that word sound again. And a person cannot be sound unless they have they're fit mentally, unless they have the sound doctrine. Okay? It says here, complete, morally innocent, having integrity, one who is morally and ethically pure. So that's a perfect man, aka a pious man. When you look that word pious up, it means devoutly religious. So we have a certain way about us. It says gentle, dare, coupled together with plain and undefiled. So you have to be undefiled, going back to that Chase version. So the Most High set up men to be perfect for us to imitate. All right, imitate their actions. Follow ye me, Paul said, as I am a follower of Yahweh Shah. So it's okay to follow. You follow until you grow into becoming a leader yourself. And that takes a process of time. Great leaders are great. We're first great followers. It says, mark the perfect man and behold the upright. So you're watching him, you're beholding that man. So the perfect and the upright man is one and the same. For the end of that man is peace. When you look into the word end, it goes into reward. All right? When you look into that end, as you can see here, I'm not making it up. Of course, it means end, issue, later time, hindermost, posterity, of course. But as you can see, it also means reward. You see here? Reward. So the end of something is what you call it. It's one and the same with getting your reward. In the future, that's when we will get our reward. Okay? But I'm gonna go on. But the transgressors, so the end of that man is peace, right? In the kingdom of heaven, an inheritance, incorruptible bodies, perfect mind. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But salvation is of the righteous. Of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. So we need salvation, and we're going to get that from the Lord, who's going to deliver us from the wicked in the time of trouble. What are we talking about daily? The time of Jacob's trouble, which is soon to come. But fear not, O worm Jacob. See, the Lord is going to lift us up. Salvation's come from on high. All right, since I have so many more, I'm just going to keep going. Psalms 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. I read that earlier. All right. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I saw him, but he cannot be found. Right. So the Lord's going to utterly do away with that man. This is Psalms 55, verse 23. But thou, O power, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. And that's the key word, destruction. And the pit is not something you can get out of, man. Once you're in a deep ditch, forget about it. You're trapped. See? A pit, especially a trap. So the destruction is the pit that he will be trapped in and won't be able to dig himself out of. See? So the Lord got him. It says a pit for catching lion. See, they would catch animals in these pits. But Esau, you started catching men. That's why he's a cunning hunter. That's why he's the leopard in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. That beast, like a leopard. All right? It spoke like a lion. That's Esau. And this and this NATO and this EU. And then the 10 toes that came out of the 10 horns that came out of the fourth beast. That turned into EU and NATO. NATO being the military arm of the EU being the economic and civil arm of that same beast. In America, also being a part of that beast because it spoke of like a dragon. That's America. So the pit that they dug, the Most High is going to put them in their own pit. But thou, O power, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. Thus saith the Lord. Put your trust in the Lord, unwavering. This is Psalm 73, verse 16. When I thought to know this, it was painful to me until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh and understood their end. What is their end? Their reward. In the latter times, or end of those times. Once the MOTB is mandated, Revelation 13 and 16 is here. And the hour of temptation, Revelation 3 and 10 is here. And the Lord is near. Until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh, then I understood their end. Surely thou did set them in slippery places and casteth them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? Now we got a new word, desolation. What does that mean? Waste, horror, appallment, a waste of land and city, a ruin, aka a ruin. Shema is the Hebrew. By implication, consternation, desolate waste, wonderful thing. Okay, consternation means feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically as something unexpected. For you are not ignorant. All right, what is that? For you know that the Lord will come as a thief in the night. You are not in darkness and asleep as others. They will be caught in astonishment at the desolate ruin and the waste of the land by way of Third World War. So you don't have to keep worrying about how you're going to make ends meet. The Lord's going to provide until this place is out of here by a desolation. It says, as in a moment. And what do we know about the Lord? He's going to come back in as a thief in the night, which is unexpectedly. But the hour of temptation is just that. It's quick. It's here and it's gone, just like an hour. And then the destruction of America is going to be in 1 hour. Shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and cast down? That's with violence. So we know those nuclear missiles are capable of detonating and just completely, utterly consuming a place in 1 hour. Verse 19, how are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. What does it mean to be consumed? That's thamach. That word means to be complete, finished, to be at an end. All right? Right? Because It says to be at an end, to be finished, come to an end, cease. To be consumed, to be exhausted, to be spent, to be finished, to be consumed, to be destroyed. All right? So it's not talking about finishing your dinner. It's talking about you being destroyed. It says be wasted. All right? So that's what it's talking about. Cease to exist in a bad sense. All right? Let's go back. They are consumed with terrors. Okay? The Lord's going to send a complete amount of terrors to consume this place. As a dream when one waketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou despise their image. But let me keep going, because I read that in the last video. Once again, this is a part 2 to the end of the prosperity of the wicked, part 1, on the Class of Kings channel. This is Psalms 92:6. Verse 5. O Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish. What's it mean to flourish? Because now we can see why Asaph wrote that Psalms 73. I was envious when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, but he didn't know, he wasn't learned and understood that the wicked are going to be put out and blotted out and consumed. So he's flourishing right now, right? Meaning it says to twinkle, to blossom, to bloom, to show self, to shine. He's shining right now. So both figurative of men. All right. So he's flourishing right now. And to flourish means of a person wave something around to attract others. Hold on. That's not the one. It says grow or develop in a healthy or vigorous way, especially as the result of particularly favorable environment. So he was able to thrive. So that's an oddity, is that when you come into this truth, or even before you get understanding, and you're just looking at this man and you idolize him. And the scriptures tell you in Revelation 13, he causes them to worship the beast, and those that don't worship the beast, because of the wondrous things he's done, and he's caused fire to come down from heaven with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and just how the people were amazed and wondered at the beast, and they all worshipped the beast, and he caused them to worship the beast, right? Because the things that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has been able to do in conquering nations and taking down and setting up Christianity and that image, and taking democracy all over the world, and really pushing that, as Sakari called it, romanticizing the world with that Roman, causing them to worship the first beast, that Roman Empire, and how that's taken root in all over the world, the mind frame and the philosophies of Rome all over again, senators and voting, and well, that's him flourishing. And you see that, and you're not able to understand and comprehend why the wicked are getting away with this. He pretty much deleted the large groups of Hamites and Israelites and Elamites and any Japhites and Moabites and any nation you could think of. He went over the world just deleting them. Why would he be allowed to rule and prosper and flourish? Well, you get understanding with these scriptures. When the wicked spring as a grass, and when all workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Lord, art most high forevermore. So that's more than forever. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. When you look that word perish up, it's abad. Not ibad, but abad. So to perish means to vanish, go astray, be destroyed. Check this one out. To destroy, kill, cause to perish, to give up at lost, to exterminate, to blot out, do away with, cause to vanish. So there's an extermination that the Lord has on the. We're at the cusps of an exterminating time for the enemy, for the wicked. That's really the ordinance of how, in the conclusion of this man Esau Edom, his great wondrous uh, attractions that he caused all the world to pretty much um, bow down and kneel to him right before his great victory, the Most High will snatch the crown from his head and cause him to fall at the most rapid pace you've ever seen a man fall. Thus the scripture says, as Satan, I should see Lucifer fall like lightning. So this light bearer of a man, this worldly wise, technology wise, rich, military prowess of a man, Esau Edom, will be thrown down as if he was nothing the whole time. That's the brilliancy of the play, to make somebody who looked like they couldn't be conquered. All right, going back to Luke the 16th chapter, I believe, in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Verse 9, for lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish, all the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. And to be scattered is like a curse in itself, and you can't find your family members and you're all scattered around. You can't find your people. That's what happened to the nation of Israel. We're all over the place. So the Lord says, I'll have to deliver you, the remnant of you, from east, west, from the isles, from different lands, north, south, east, and west. But my horn shalt thou exalt, like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eyes also shall see my desire on mine enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of Yahweh, of our power. They shall spring forth in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that the Lord is upright. He is my rock. There's no unrighteousness in him. So the Lord's going to have us fat and flourishing. What's that fat mean? It says vigorous, stalwart ones. Fat right here. Figuratively rich. Okay? Fertile. There it is. Fat and rich. There you go. I just want to look this word up real quick. Oh, stalwart means loyal ones. Loyal, reliable, and hardworking. Interesting. Anyway, so he's going to make us rich. And he's going to make us flourish. All right? That's how the Most High will end the prosperity of the wicked. It's simultaneous action with causing the righteous to flourish, and the righteous shall flourish. This is Proverbs 4:19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what at what they stumble. Right? And to stumble means to cause to stumble, bring injury to, or ruin to overthrow, to make weak. All right? So he ain't going to just trip, but he going to bring ruin to the wicked that he causes to stumble. All right, keep going. It's Proverbs 6:14. Forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. You know that's Esau, sowing discord, devising mischief. When you devise something, that means you, right here, see, you plot evil. Okay? Devising is plotting evil. So that's exactly what that man is known for doing. He's imagining evil. Okay? He's conspiring evil. That's where the whole UN Agenda 2020, 2030, and that's what we know about this concentration, uh, C amps. That's why we know about the C hip. That's why we know about the implantables. That's why we know about, the vaccines, waters, and different things of that nature. We know about things to come because he devises mischief, but then he puts them in his movies and he showboats them around. Okay? Sow if discord. What's it mean to sow something? To be sent, to cast out, to send off. All right? And what's he going to cast out? To direct, it says. What's he going to direct? That C hip. To be putting your right hand on your forehead and devising his economy in a way that you won't be able to buy or sell without the C hip. Let's keep going. Forwardness is in his heart. What's forwardness? Simply put, perversity, wrongdoing, perversity, deviser of mischief. So if discord was discord, simply put, strife, contention, okay, brawling, quarrel. Therefore, shall his calamity come suddenly, right? Don't we know about D-head suddenly? All of the suddenly cases happening now. People getting deleted suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. So he's going to be broken. What's it mean to be broken? Shabar. To break in pieces. To break in or down. Rend violently. Crush. Quenched. To rupture. To cripple. To be wrecked. To be shattered. Broken up in pieces. Destroyed. Hurt. So he's going to get destroyed. Essentially. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. And the remedy would be a cure. If I'm not mistaken. A healing, right? So there's no cure for him this time. Can't get out of it. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 12. I'll start at 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And I like reading this in the NLT. I remember reading this before in the NLT. So I'm going to keep it going. Verse 11, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong. But even though a person sins 100 times and still lives a long time, I know that those who fear Yahweh will be better off. The wicked will not prosper, for they do not fear Yahweh. Their days will never grow long like the evening shadows. Right? So they don't have a long time to do this. That's why it's written in Revelations 12. Because but he have a short time. Alright. And what does it say? Let me get that perfectly again. Oh man. It says, I'm gonna get Revelation 12 real quick. Man, they do me so dirty with this thing. I might as well just bear with me. So Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, that's Esau, is coming down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that wrath is coming down upon all the but we knew that the Lord said he's going to crush Esau. Okay, he's going to violate Esau. He's also going to violate 2/3 of our own people. He's going to use Esau to do it. But we understand that their days are numbered. Alright, so yeah, he gave them the earth into their hand, Job 9:24. And even though in Psalms 73 and 5, it says they are not in trouble as other men are, neither are they plagued like other men. Yeah, that's how they are now. But once you actually understand what the Most High's real answer to all of this is that he wants us to turn back to him. That's when he said, so foolish was I and ignorant. I was a beast before thee, because he didn't understand what the Lord actually was doing. But once he understood that, he understood that there's a destruction coming for those that don't believe. For lo, they are far from thee. They that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a whoring from thee. But it is good for me to draw near to Yahweh. I have put my trust in the Lord power, that I may declare all thy works. Why? Because he's going to send Esau's judgment, but he's going to uplift and allow his people to rise and take root, and be healed and return back to him and have an everlasting kingdom with him. I brought this out. This video was edifying. Till next time, Shalom.